it's Bunny, and it's time for this week's Pintertest challenge. Remember a couple of days, weeks ago, however long it's been, when I took you guys to Walmart with me to find a laser pointer so that we could disassemble said laser pointer and turn it into a really nifty iPhone camera lens? That's finally what we're going to be doing today. And I am not embarrassed to admit, I already tried to film this video once before, and I could not bust the laser pointer pin. I couldn't take the cap off. I couldn't take it apart for anything. I literally was almost in tears. I was so frustrated. So finally I took this pin to my dad and I said, "Dad, please break the pin." And my dad, using an assortment of realistic tools, was able to finally bust the laser pin, and we found what we need to make this lens, which is the lens from the laser pointer, and it's so teeny tiny. It's so itty bitty. I hope you guys are even going to be able to see it. It's literally this little tiny glass thing in between my phalanges right here. I'm turning it around. This is a pin that you've got to work to get the supplies for. Unless maybe you have an older laser pointer, maybe then it's easier to break and get the lens out. But those laser pointer pins, which is actually what they're showing that they took apart in the picture of this pin that I have, it's literally a laser pointer pin. This thing is not easy. And when you take it apart, I wish I had footage of this, but I was just so frustrated I had to stop filming. But when you actually, it's like inside of this weird little copper tube thing. I'm gonna try and find a photo somewhere on the internet so that I can show you guys. Let me show you guys the picture of the actual pin. It looks pretty neat, not gonna lie. Where is it? Okay, so you are supposed to take apart a laser pointer or a laser pointer pin and get that little glass lens out. Ta-da! And then you take a bobby pin, stick the lens in between the tops of the bobby pin, tape it to the back of your phone. I'm not sure if this would work on Androids and other such phone cameras. They show an iPhone, and I have an iPhone, so that's what we're gonna be testing it out on today. And this is supposed to make a really neat macro lens, which can photograph details up close, really super up close, like on coins. Well, that's the example that they have here. I'm hoping that it works on coins. Honestly, this pin is probably the pin out of all of the ones that we've tested that I really, really hope works, because I'm always wanting to take like cool up close details of my jewelry, maybe even my makeup, stuff like that. But the iPhone camera only works so well. So I'm gonna go ahead and take this lovely case off of my phone. Ew. Do you ever like take your phone case off and like disturbed by what you discover is like living in your phone? Pretty creepy. Let me just clean that off really quick. That is disgusting. I feel like I just wiped out a whole village of people off the back of my phone. All right, I have one of Bobby's pins right here. So I'm going to be sticking this lens. Ta-da! Did you guys see what I just did there? Probably not. It keeps wanting to like sneak out of the tongs, the teeth of the bobby pin. Where are my scissors? I have like a giant piece of tape here. This is ridiculous, just to tape down one bobby pin, but we're gonna go with it because I don't see any scissors within a county mile of me. I'm putting that there over my camera like so. And now I'm gonna take this giant piece of tape that's way too big for what I'm doing right now, and I'm gonna tape this down here. This is so hard. I need another hand. Will you please lend me a hand out there? I'm gonna have to cut this tape. Look, it's just like stuck to my fingers. Okay, give me a minute. I cut the tape. So I'm just gonna go ahead and put the tape on the bobby pin because I am not that skillful with like all the hands that I need to accomplish this. So tape onto the bobby pin, and now I'm I'm taping the bobby pin to my iPhone. Like so. I feel like Martha Stewart. It's a good thing. Let's see what kind of images that we can get using this lens. I'm trying to see. Oh my goodness. This looks crazy. Like, can you see? It's just making a blur. Like, there's my mouth moving. Oh, there's my giant pony teeth. You can see those. Yeah. What am I kidding? You can see those from like outer space. What I'm going to be trying to photograph is a bunch of my really cool, old, weird stuff. And I'm gonna show you now what kinds of pictures that I'm getting. I don't know why it's so blurry. Oh my gosh. Okay, what you have to do is basically literally touch the lens to what you're trying to photograph. Oh, there we go. Oh, that's a good one. I must submit that to National Geographic. Ew, I'm gonna try and film so that you can see what I see. I'm taking you on this mystical journey with me. So as you guys can see, it's like a whole lot of blurry, and then you get way up close and cool stuff starts to happen. So right now I'm zooming way close on a frame around a tintype photo. It's actually kind of disturbing because I can also see like 200 years of dirt and weird stuff that's trapped in this frame, like little grains of salt and dust, and I don't even want to know what all this is. I'm gonna try and get real close to his face now. See, it doesn't really, oh, there's his eyeball. Look at that. It doesn't do too well on faces. Okay, that is pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie. Dude, see his eyeball covered in like dirt and stuff. The magical mystery tour. Okay. Ooh, there's like a lot of sawdust. There's like a lot of stuff. Oh, there's his nose. There's a lot of stuff you can't see with the naked eye. Like, I never would have imagined that this picture is so dirty. Okay, let's try and look at some other cool stuff. Like, I got this picture of sweet little baby children. Maybe this doesn't work with stuff like this. Okay, we are seeing a whole lot of nothing. Nothing. Is that someone's face? Ew, what is that? Oh, just a chair. Okay, false alarm. I thought that was like a horrific baby doll or something. I don't know. Maybe this is like the most boring video I've made ever because you're just looking at a bunch of nothing. All right, next let's try and look at what I was really hoping that we could try, which is some of my beloved love token bracelets. And I collect these things. I've talked about these several times before, I think, but these are like the prized possessions of my jewelry collection. They are all from like the 1850s to the 1890s, which is just like, that time period is my jam, just in terms of fashion and stuff. It's got like engravings of people's names, people's initials, some cool filigree stuff. If you've been here for a while, I am sure you guys have seen me show pictures of these before, so I'm really hoping we can get some cool detail on these bracelets. Okay, I'm zooming up now. So far, nothing. Ooh, there we go. Oh, that's like a W, real close. Okay, I'm gonna try and set this down for the greater good of all, because my little shaky hands, poor little shaky hands. Okay. Yeah, we can't find anything. Okay, here's a W. Ooh, that's a really cool looking thing, huh? Okay, yeah, I'm trying to take a picture. No, too close. Okay. Yee. That's cool. That's somebody's name. So there's like a Z, an N, and an O. Let's get to this fancy A. Yes. Okay. I'm honestly having way too much fun with this, and maybe you guys are totally bored with just looking at things closely. Okay, here's some detail. This is like an old autograph book from the 1800s, and it's got a really cool cover. It's got a lot of like chipped peeling paper. Okay, so there's some of the binding. Oh, that's the thread holding it together. So that's really cool. You can like see some of the fibers. This is almost like a magnoscope, huh? Is that a microscope? That's not a magnoscope. What is a magnoscope? Nothing. Okay, I'm trying to find the letter S on here where it says souvenir. I feel like this is like a magical hunt of some sort. I
I feel like that's some sort of letter, but we can't quite make out what letter it is. All right, let's look at some of the handwriting on the inside, which is so faded anyway. But let's see. I don't think this is gonna work. It's too faded. I feel like this is the longest video ever. I have just been having so much fun with this one. I feel like this is one of my favorite pins of all time. I feel like you can have a lot of fun with this one and just play around with it a lot. It does require quite a steady hand though, just forewarning you. I definitely feel like this is something where you could like get leaves or plants or jewelry or really anything looks really interesting under this lens. The pin itself, like the laser pointer pin to take apart, is the most expensive thing about this, and that was about $6, almost $7. But after that, this is pretty cheap and it's a lot of fun. Most of the time when you buy lenses to change the camera on your iPhone and stuff, they're like $50 to $70 a piece. So in comparison, this is like a super duper cheap alternative. So if you love photography and stuff like that, I highly recommend you guys testing this pin out. Thank you so much to everybody who recommended that I do this, because this was such an awesome experience for me. If you guys see a pin about anything, arts, crafts, foods, beauty, any of that kind of stuff, and you want us to Pintertest it out together, leave me the picture tutorial on my Facebook page, which is just facebook.com/graveyardgirl. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me today. If you're not already and you'd like to be, hit that button down below, subscribe, become a member of the Swamp Family, and give an alligator its wings. Also, if you want, you can like me on Facebook, facebook.com/graveyardgirl, or you can follow me on Twitter, Tumblr, or Instagram @graveyardgirl, same way it's spelled here. I love you guys so much, and I will see y'all tomorrow. Bye!